Hey, how's it going? Ezekiel the Barber back with another video. Thanks for tuning in with me on this episode. So today we have the faux hawk. That's the cut that we'll be doing. So the last cut you see we did on top. This is the new cut that we'll be trying on this model. So slightly different haircut for this gentleman here. So this is kind of what we're starting with. His back has grown out quite a bit. So this is the new picture that he came in with that he wants me to try to get this haircut, kind of his version of this cut. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this is before the cut. Right, so kind of show you guys a 360 version. So I'll start this haircut off using the Fabulous Pro trimmers. Any trimmers will do, but this is the trimmers that I'm gonna set my first balding guideline with. So we're gonna kind of use it in that circular motion that I just formed with my hand. Right, so we'll start kind of in that curve right there, and then we're just kind of follow the same line that you see me, circular line or whatever that you see me follow here. Once again, any balding trimmer should work. This is just the one of my preference, which is the Fabulous trimmers, the graphite blade. So you see silver and black edition. So you see me always pulling that ear, just making sure to keep that out of the way of the clippers. So you always want to keep safety your number one goal. Alright, so for the back, I'm not sure if we're going to go with a pointed or round. So I didn't really get too detailed right now, but I still wanted to go ahead and do that circular fade guideline. Now on this show, you know, if you haven't got a chance to see my show before, you're basically in the mind of a barber where you get a chance to see kind of different hairstyles, kind of what barbers go through, what we experience for our clients to try to bring their haircuts to life. So in this case, this is a faux hawk. This client did want to try something new, so we are trying a different haircut from the last haircut. So just trying to find something that works for him. Alright, so I'm going to be using the Oster Octane with that 3-0 blade. So you see 3 zeros there. So with the 3 zeros, it allows me to put on the Andis Masters guard. I'll be using the Andis Masters clipper later, so I do appreciate that about that. You know, they call it the 3-0 or the triple aught. I do appreciate that about that blade. So you put on that triple aught or that 3-0. I have that, you know, whether you're using a cordless 76er or these, you know, cordless Oster Octanes, you're gonna be able to use these purple guards that come with the Andis clippers because it fits perfect. So here I'm using a number 3. I'm gonna set my guideline. I'll just slap that right on so it fits perfect. So we basically just balded everything out. Now I'm gonna use this number 3 guard to set my guideline all the way up. Now I do want to keep the hair that I plan on using for the top out of the way. So I'm just gonna use that hairpin to do that. And then we're gonna use that 3 guard and go straight up. So you'll see here. And once again, you are in the cut with Ezekiel the Barber and this client right here. So I appreciate you guys for stopping by. So let's go ahead and get back to work. Alright, so just taking that number 3 guard and making sure I get a nice clean guideline. So making sure everything is nice and clean. I appreciate the 3 guard because it'll still keep everything nice and dark. So it'll allow that fade to kind of stick out and pop out. And as you see me here, just going straight up, setting that guideline, just kind of forming to the shape of the cut that, from the picture that I was shown, of course. blow dryer to get some of that loose hair out. Alright, so that's a open lever, closed lever, open lever, closed lever once again. Halfway would be a OA or half, so we're just going to start with that lever all the way open, which is going to give me a number 1, because the Andes Masters all the way open is going to give you a number 1 in length, so I don't have to grab the number 1 guard. I can just literally open that clipper lever and then go up about a finger's length is what I'm going up on this guideline. So it's just gonna take that number 1 length about a finger's length. So with cutting hair, it is what it is. Whatever you're doing is exactly what it is. Alright, so in order to kind of bump out that next guideline, I'm gonna close that lever all the way up and then go for attack the very bottom line of the heart line that I just created, not looking to take away the line that I just created with the number 1, just looking to go at the very bottom of that line and get out the heart line. So that's what I'm attempting to do here. As you see me adjusting my lever to where it's, bald and not so bald, that creates the fade. So we're just looking for it to transition from bald to not so bald right into that number 1. And then that's essentially what fading is all about. So once again, you're in the cut with Ezekiel the Barber, where you get a chance to kind of see firsthand what barbers experience, what we go through, and kind of how I did the cut. So my next step, just gonna use that 0 guard and follow the same steps. Open that lever all the way, go up about a finger's width in length, and continue my guideline in that same circular motion. A little higher up than I did before. Eventually, when I'm looking to take out that hard line, I'll close that lever a little bit and attack that very bottom line, not looking to take out, the number 0 guard that we've just created, just like the number 1. So we're gonna do the same thing all the way up. So it's time for the number 1 guard. So we'll just go ahead and go through our steps. So we're just gonna do the same thing. Gonna start with that lever all the way open and follow that same circular motion. So I wanted to kind of go a little lower, so you see me taking my guard off, basically going over my steps to create that guideline to go wider. So I saw that I wanted it to kind of open up a little bit, so I'm just going through all of my steps, basically opening up that fade to where it's not so close to the ear, if it makes sense. So sometimes when you cut hair, a guideline is not where you want it, so you have to kind of go through all your steps again to bring that guideline up. So here, just using the number 2, starting with that guideline all the way open, going through the same steps that I did previously with my other guards. And then you basically see that fade create. Now there are some spots that of course I'm gonna have to go back to certain guards or even without a guard to kind of clean up, but that's the essence of fading. Sometimes, basically, when you cut hair, you'll go back to certain guards that you used before because you want to get certain areas you know, more cleaned up, a little bit more cleaner, that sort of thing. Just looking to smooth everything out. So you'll look in certain areas and you'll say, this is the area that I use the half guard in, so let me go back to that half guard to clean up this area, or this is the area that I use the number 2 guard in, let me go ahead and grab this guard to go back and clean this area. Alright, so once again, going back to my trimmers, the Fabulous Pro Trimmers, just looking to kind of create a clean outline for my haircut. It always helps bring out the haircut, make it pop a little bit more. Although this client doesn't normally go for hard lines or anything, this is just more or less of a cleanup for him. So I'm not giving a real hard lineup, but more or less a cleanup for this client, just like say more natural look, not looking to have a lineup. There is a difference. So as we approach the back, just kind of looking to make things as close to the picture as possible. So just trying to bring this haircut to life. Now, once I build the ingredients on one side, I just literally follow the same steps on the other side. So here's the progress. This is kind of where we were at before the cut. This is where we were looking to get to on the haircut. So you guys are in the cut, getting a chance to see every step of the process, right? So this is basically where we are with this haircut. This is the progress, right? A little anime for you guys. All right, so here, just grabbing that number 3 guard. Just kind of looking to go over those areas and clean everything up. So you see the sides that kind of pop out there. I'm looking on that left side. I'm just looking to kind of clean that up a little bit. Eventually I'll clipper over comb it. And then on this side, just looking to repeat the same steps that I did on the other side. So transitioning from that mullet style haircut more or less to a faux hawk style haircut. This is basically the transition. Right. All right, so let's get back to the action. So once again, this is the number 3 guard. This is the length that it kind of gives you when you cut. So kind of what to expect from that number 3 guard right there. As you see me cutting in every direction, hair does grow from every direction, so you also want to cut from every direction. All right. So you see us, we are in the cut, my little studio here. Once again, always appreciate you guys for stopping by. So just going back over guards that I think can be cleaner, the dark areas. So it just looked like it was in the area where I used that number 1 guard. So I'm kind of going back over that area, any area that I think needs to be balded. I'm using that clipper all the way closed because it's going to give me that stubbly bald look. And then once again, that clipper lever all the way open allows me to transition into the number 1 guard. And that number 1 turns into a 1.5. So basically in that small time, I got a chance to go from balding to a 1.5, all in those few strokes on this clipper. So that's what I do appreciate about clippers with levers and guards, and the Masters clippers, of course, the Andis Masters, classic clipper. show my client the progress, kind of see if there's anything that we need to do, go higher, if the fade kind of looks okay on this side. Actually, the client was okay with how it was looking at this point, and basically said it was okay to go to the other side to try to get things to look as close to that as possible. So that's basically what we're attempting here. Then I also wanted to kind of find out what look we were looking to do in the back. Is it square? Is it going to be pointy? Rounded? We decided to go with a rounded look, and then on top, he just wanted to make sure that everything was going to form with the cut going backwards. So that's what he was explaining to me there. Before I got to that side, however, I wanted to use the wall senior with the 1/16th guard. If you watched my videos before, this 0/1/16th guard is like a buffering guard. So I kind of use this to buffer out all of my fades. And if you're smooth enough, you could, go even higher than where this guard is supposed to be used, which is in this, 0 to 1/16th range. But it's a smooth enough guard to where, if you have that good clipper control, you can, fade even higher. So with this fabulous trimmer, we're just looking to shape up that back. He wanted to go with a rounded back. So that's the look that we're going to attempt here, is just going to look to round out these edges. So kind of look to round out these edges using the corner of this trimmer here and create basically the look that he's asking for. As you see me here, using just a really soft touch, and then just looking to shape that back up. And if you have really, good clippers, it doesn't require a heavy hand, so you can kind of do this real nice and smooth and easy. And once again, just looking to round out those edges and make them not so square. That's how you make things round. So that's what I'm going for. Neck hairs up while I'm back there, so that also saves you time. So everything that you can do while in the cut that you don't have to go back and do actually saves you time. So it's that good barber game there. Go ahead and do it while it's there. All right, so once again, this is before the cut, kind of keep everybody up to speed. This is how things were looking before. This is what we were going for. Right, I know it's light's kind of there, apologize, so you can kind of see it there in that shot, hopefully. All right, so now we just basically, have to do one of the hardest things as a barber, is repeat the steps on the other side and get things looking as close to that other side as possible. So this is basically why I like to cut with guidelines, is so that you never get lost in what ingredient it was that you created. So really good barbers, they don't have to follow guidelines, but me, I think guidelines are just easier. It gives you a shot to see exactly what guard you use in what area. So here I'm just following my steps. Decided to kind of speed the frames up a little bit. So since I knew I already rounded the back out, I really just went for that and attacked that. And then boom, going straight to that 3 guard. So I basically know where I used everything. That's why I use that system on the other side. So here it really doesn't matter, as long as I set my guideline in the right area, use that number 3 in the same region, and then bam, created the fade from there. So I kind of like to check out the other side. I was actually looking at my mirror, just making sure things looked like they were, in the same region. Things did look and appear the same to me, so I just continued on. Sometimes I might have to take my guideline, my balding guideline even higher, where you have to go through those steps all the way again. So right there, I just kind of wanted to create and make sure everything was in that same region as the opposite side. Now, as you can see on the bottom right there, I just need to kind of round things out a little bit more. So the thing about cutting hair, it's always a work in progress. So I wanted to clean that back up a little bit. I grabbed the number 4 because I thought that that's what it looked like it would be. And it turned out to be the perfect guard for it. So I'm just gonna use the number 4 guard in this region with the Wall Senior clipper, just to kind of clean up this back and get things looking a little cleaner for the haircut. So though we use 3s on the side, kind of 4 in this back, just looking to clean everything up and shape up this back going into the top with the number 4 guard. So that's what I'm doing. Once again with my trimmers again, just looking to edge things up, not really give a hard line like the other side. Once again, just looking to clean things up and match that opposite side. Alright, so things look pretty good here, just using the clipper over comb technique. You should see I have a pretty thick comb, so just looking to transition those sides going right into the top. The hair that's sticking out, you can kind of control how much hair goes through that comb. So just looking to take those hard edges off the sides that you see transitioning from the sides into the top, or any other area that I feel like I can clipper over comb to kind of smooth smooth whatever area out. So even if it's on the bottom there, some uneven areas that I wanted to even out. Transitioning into the top of the haircut. Same thing there. Just a little freehand, and his Masters is definitely one of the better freehand clippers. So things are looking pretty smooth here, just looking to kind of dial everything in. Now as for the top, it looks like the top lengthwise is kind of already the way or the length that we wanted, so this time we don't really have to do much here. So just kind of looking to make sure the fade is right, as close to the picture as possible, see if this cut works for this client. You guys feel free to give your opinion. So everything's forming back, just looking to put some product in. So the product that I'll be using is gummy, so it's a gel, so just using the gummy stronghold. Been using this product for years. So just putting a little bit on the fingers there, about that amount I felt was pretty good. Boom, there it is. And then we'll just go ahead and put that on into the hair. Just form it in the direction that he's looking to style his hair. Kind of form everything back the way we're looking to have his haircut go. And as you can see, that's what the gel does, is kind of keeps everything in good formation. Bam, there it is. So thank God for the gel. All right, cool. So just forming everything back. So I am using a comb with like kind of that mimics the finger. Kind of spread it a little farther apart, so it kind of gives that natural wavy finger look. So that's how we're going to achieve that look for this haircut today, just looking to wave everything back. All right, just form it right into that back. As you see, it falls right in. We'll do that all the way around. So boom, here it is there. As you can see, that haircut coming to life. That gel adds that shine, keeps it in position. So definitely doing its job. And that's basically how I styled this haircut in side shot. And then any hairs that just kind of stick out over the front, just looking to clean those up, not looking to create a real serious hard line. Using that brush to kind of get those hairs out of there. And this is basically my version of the picture that he gave me. You see me using the Andes trimmers, another one of my favorite cordless trimmers. A lot of times when I cut hair, I'll use gloves and a mask. The gloves definitely keep you from so many different things, hair splinters, all kinds of stuff. And then with the mask, in my studio here, these hairs do kind of pop. Sometimes you get close up on the fade that you kind of have to get in there and see what's going on. And a lot of times you may not see those little microscopic hairs that you breathe in. So there's a lot of stories out there where old barbers had, you know, all kinds of little particles of hair stuck in the lungs. So I do appreciate having a mask when I cut. Protects me, protects the client, just kind of keeps everything safe. So that's kind of why I do it for the majority of my haircuts. just basically adding that clipper over comb just to kind of make sure everything is that much more intact. Any of those hairs that stick over this side, I'm just kind of looking to clean that up and make this fade as clean as possible. Just doing the touch-up work. Hair art for you guys. Alright, so we are basically nearing the end of this haircut. You guys got a chance to see basically every part of this transformation. So definitely appreciate you guys for stopping by. Be sure, if you like it, to like, share, subscribe, so you can get notifications on more videos such as this and other videos as well. Alright, so this is what we started with. This is before the cut, so a lot different from where we are now. So definitely had to try to bring this haircut to life. So this is what we were going for. Alright, and this is where we are. Right, so your brand new fade. Alright. So once again, hopefully you guys liked it. Definitely ready to come out that mask. And let this young man look at his haircut, see if everything works or if I got more work to do. So let's see what he thinks about everything. So thank God in this case, everything checked out. Once they give me the clearance, the last thing I do is just go over like the neck area, look around the ears. These are generally areas that hairs are missing, so I like to double or triple check all those areas, and definitely before I finish the haircut. So that's one of the last things that I do, is the final detailed work, wherever that Sanex strip covered, such as in the back, we make sure we get those hairs, and then I double check the ears, and then that's pretty much it. So give them the mirror again, make sure I didn't put a bald spot in their hair while doing that process that they didn't get a chance to see, and that's pretty much it. All right, thanks for watching. Take care.